This unique story started when a British merchant ship was passing in the middle of the deserted Atlantic Oceans. Its captain's attention was drawn to a ship standing far away which was neither moving nor responding to his signals. Upon reaching close, it was found that this ship was standing alone in the deserted sea with the support of the waves. The surprising thing was that the crew's equipments, food, and other cargo were completely safe inside the ship, but if there was one thing notably absent, it was the presence of the crew, who had seemingly vanished without a trace. This is the story of Mary Celeste, which has troubled the historians for the last 150 years. The secret which no one knows except the sea. This ship has been created in 1861 on Canada. At that time, it was named Amazon. It was a victim of minor accidents in many of its initial journeys. That is why this ship was quite famous about accidents, but till now it had not faced any major accident. Changing its ownership from one captain to other, when it came to Captain Benjamin Briggs, it was named Mary Celeste. It was beautiful day of November 7th, 1872. Ship named Mary Celeste was docked in New York and being loaded. Mary Celeste was loaded with 1,700 barrels of ethanol, which was not drinkable, but all these barrels which contain alcohol for the industrial use. These barrels were to be taken across the Bulgaria Atlantic Ocean from New York to the Italian city of Genoa. A total of 10 people were on board this ship, including Captain Benjamin Spoor Briggs, his wife, and his 2-year-old daughter, along with 7 crew members. There are no problems of any kind in the ship before starting the journey, and she proceeded smoothly without any hindrance. This journey was about 7,500 kilometers long, and at that time, it would take not many days, but weeks to complete such a long journey. Remember, at that time, there was no GPS or advanced communications device were present through which captain could have been communicated. 3 weeks had passed since the Mary Celeste embarked from New York, and with each passing day, the anticipated arrival time at the port of Genoa continued to extend. However, despite the considerable passage of time, there was still no sign of the Mary Celeste. Other ships that left after the Mary Celeste from New York started reaching Genoa. Now the problem was increasing as to why Mary Celeste was not at the destination even after so many weeks. 10 days after the departure of Mary Celeste, another British ship was to leave New York and to go Gibraltar via the same road. This ship was named De Grazia, and it was a British merchant ship, which after several weeks on the 4th of December, 1872 reached near the Azure Island. It was that part of the ocean where nothing can be seen, only blue sky and vast sea. Their ship captain noticed that the ship over there was not moving on the water, but was standing only at one place. Seeing such a scene in this part of the sea, the captain became suspicious and sent several signals from a distance, but when no reply was received from further away, the captain decided to go closer to him. On reaching closer, he came to know that it was none other than the captain's friend's ship named Mary Celeste. A full month had passed since it left New York. Mary Celeste was 1,800 kilometers from Gibraltar. She was seen standing alone in the Atlantic Oceans. There was no activity of any kind. The captain of De Grazia sent his crew member to Mary Celeste, where they were all surprised to see that no one present on the ship, which was there a month ago. She had set out from New York with 10 people. Where did all those people disappear in the middle of the ocean? The same question was now troubling the captain of the De Grazia. At first, he thought that maybe there was an accident on the ship, but when he looked around the Mary Celeste and saw that the entire ship was completely intact. All the belongings of the captain, his family, and even the clothes of the crew member were completed untouched. Not only this, but The goods that they were carrying were to Genoa were also absolutely safe. Even the stock of food for the crew on the ship was still there. After a little more investigation, a logbook was found in the captain's room. Earlier, ship captains used to keep this logbook with them. In the logbook that was used to record the ship's maintenance and issues, the last entry made by the captain of Mary Celeste was at 8 a.m. on November 25th. That is 10 days before the day the ship was found in this condition. This meant that this ship was standing in the deserted Atlantic Ocean for about 10 days. The captain of Dei Grazia was watching the whole incident, but he was not able to understand anything. When his eyes fell on the lifeboat section, he not sees the lifeboat there. There could only be one meaning: that something had definitely happened on the ship and everyone had escaped in the lifeboat to save their lives. The navigation instruments in the captain's cabin were also missing, and a sword was found lying in its cover under the bed, which is a sign that there was no attack on the ship. Otherwise, the sword would have been out of the cover or would not been present there. Apart from the logbook, all other documents were also present there. Another thing was noticed was that the ship's cabin was wet everywhere and many places had a standing water of 1.5 or 2 feet, but was not so much that it could damage a ship of this size. Let us tell you here that according to the international salvage law, if anyone recuse a ship, he will give a reward according to the value of the ship. Taking advantage of this law, Captain of Dei Grazia took Mary Celeste to Gibraltar, where the authorities kept the ship with him until the court hearings were completed. Investigation was carried out as per law, but even after several hearings, no clue could be found. When even the court hearings could not solve the matter, then people started making up all kinds of things. Some said that the heavenly creatures should take away the crew of Mary Celeste flew. Many people said that some sea monster must have attacked them. One thing was true among all these thoughts: that accidents have happening to Mary Celeste ever since it was built. Once it collided with another ship. But despite a minor collision, that ship sank. Then when Mary Celeste was brought to the port for repair, port caught the fire, and once before departure on the journey, its captain's health suddenly deteriorated and he passed away. Because of all these things, it is now believed that perhaps the Mary Celeste is being ruled by demons and spirits, due to which this latest accident has happened, and since then, the Mary Celeste has also been given the title of ghost ship. But in reality, that day there are a few theories about what happened. Let's look at them one by one. The first theory is about treason. Many people believe that the captain of Dei Grazia was the one who avenged the salvage law by killing all the crew members of Mary Celeste. All this drama has been created to get something, but the thing to think about is that if this had happened, then there would have been traces of bloodshed somewhere on the ship. Now here Dei Grazia did not leave any hole behind and erased all the traces, or this theory is just wrong. The second theory, which is very interesting. In this theory, it is said that there were 1,700 barrels of alcohol on the ship, but when the ship was brought to the authorities, 9 of these barrels were empty. It's possible that some of the barrel of alcohol exploded, due to which the crew members may have escaped from here by sitting in the lifeboat, but there was no sign of blast or fire at the place where these barrels were present. In the third theory, it came to light that it is possible that the ship may have been hit by a storm. It had come under wraps and had started filling with water. Seeing this, the captain decided to evacuate the ship, and then all of them ran away in the small lifeboat. Such a small lifeboat could not withstand the sea and might have died. This theory seemed to be correct to a great extent, but it was just a theory. There are many theories, but not single theory could be proved with evidence. even after more than 150 years. This mystery has not been solved till date. What happened to Mary Celeste? Under what circumstances did the captain leave the ship, and then they all went away? This mystery also probably went with Captain Benjamin Briggs.
Please like and subscribe for more upcoming videos.